Sam here from Sheridan Computers. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at one of the mini PCs that you can find on AliExpress. Specifically this one. 1 second, let me pull it up. It was £128. Obviously it's coming from China. It got here really quickly, to be honest. It was within 2 weeks. I think it was like 12 days or something like that. I've noticed it's got like lots of them sold, 857. Seen a few people with various reviews on it, and I couldn't find anyone that would give a solid review on it, so I figured I'd get one and take a look, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
The one that I went with was the, I was having a look at this WooYi, however you say that, J4125 industrial PC. So they're showing 871 sold, and it's got an average rating of 4.9, so let's take a look at it. So you can see it is just a mini PC. It's available in various offerings, so it's at £128 if you're in the UK. The one that I was looking at was no RAM, no storage, so you'd have to pay the import charges and things. Now, one thing it does say somewhere, and I can't see where it is. Please do not install crucial RAM memory with Micron chips. It will have compatibility issues. So they recommend you can use crucial, but it needs to make sure it's got Skynex or Samsung chips on it. So they do two versions of it. They do the Intel Celeron M4000, which is a dual core, and they do the Intel Celeron J4125, which is a quad core. So obviously you've got 1.1 gigahertz against 2 gigahertz. Different socket types. Let's scroll down. There's better specs here somewhere. So it looks like a nice looking device. 12 by 12 centimeter motherboard. Runs 24 hours a day apparently. Supports power on, network, wake up function, suitable for long term maintenance of power environment. Supports call boot and wake on LAN. You can see the case is quite nicely done by the looks of things. Stripped isophone cooling, fanless design, effectively prevent the accumulation of dust inside the machine and noise caused by the operation of the fan. There isn't one. It says compatible with multiple operating systems, including Ubuntu, Windows, Linux, OpenWRT, and ROS. You can see we've got the 4 Ethernet ports, and they're obviously labelled as well. I've got the 12 volt input, and got power, HDMI out. I've got 2 USB 3, a VGA port, and a reset button. And again, it's showing the dimensions of it. J4125 industrial PC, so it's 4 times 2.5 gigabit LAN. Here we go, the specifications. So the CPU is the Intel Celeron J4125 with 10 watt TDP, so it's quite low power. Now the PC Engine ones that I was using, obviously they're not as fast, they're only 6. But 10's obviously not a lot of power. It's got integrated graphics, 250 megahertz up to 700 megahertz. It's support at 4K at 60 hertz apparently. RAM 8 or 16 gig DDR4, 2400 megahertz, and the storage options are mSATA 128, 256, or 512 gig, and support for 2.5 inch as well. External ports, power button, USB 3, HDMI, VGA, 2.5 gigabit LAN, and DC 12 volt. Internal ports, we have 2 RAM slots for SODIMMs, that'll take up to 16 gigs, or 2 8s. SSD slot, 1 times mSATA at 6 gig. It's got a wireless slot, so 1 mini PCIe support for Wi-Fi 3G, wireless network card, and it's got 1 SATA port. We've got the dimensions, operating temperature, 0 to 50, storage temp, -20 to 60. The cooling's passive, so there's no fans or anything. It uses the case as the heatsink. operating support, Windows 10, Windows 11, Linux, and additional features, power on. Accessories it comes with apparently are the 12 volt 3 amp power adapter, US, EU, UK, HDMI cable, 100 centimeters, and a SATA cable. So I was having a look at the customer reviews. So 5 stars, 97% out of like over 800 of them sold. Some of the reviews were a bit shaky, saying that there was a problem with the CPU heatsink not touching properly. So the heatsink on the CPU apparently is about 1 millimeter away from the case. I decided to check it out anyway. Lots of good reviews on here. People have been complaining about the temperature and things. I think they've sorted that. I don't know if that was, someone mentioned it was the dual core Celeron version that seems to have the problems. Where's the possible to download the latest BIOS firmware updates? There was actually me that posted that, and there's been no reply to it as yet. So yeah, don't expect firmware BIOS updates, I'm guessing, unless someone actually comes back to me, which I will update on that. So none of the questions seem to have been answered. I mean, is the customs fees? That's depends on what country you're in, I guess. So that's kind of understandable why it's not been answered. Someone's asking how to get into the BIOS. Can use crucial memory. That was one of the points I've just brought up. Will it work with Windows 10? It does state it works with Windows 10. So the latest BIOS was just me. Yeah, let's jump over and take a look at it. I'm sure this is the part that everybody wants to see. So it's well packed. It is very small. Feels, to be honest, it's solid. It feels really well built. So what else we've got in here? So 12 volt power adapter. It does come with screws for the hard drive, UK power lead, 100 centimeter HDMI cable, and the got a connector for the SATA hard drive if you're going to use one of them. So it does come with, it has come with everything that it says it comes with. So for a second, let's put that out of the way. We just grab a screwdriver and take a further look at it. Okay, let's rip this baby apart. Okay, so let's see if we can zoom this in a little bit so you can see better. Oh, no, actually that was quite... The front and the back came off. I didn't realise that. Maybe I should have read the instructions. Zoom this in a little bit. There we go. So, obviously we've got the CMOS battery at the top. We do have the 2 RAM slots. And we've got the SATA slot. Probably not going to have an hard drive for this actually, we'll check. So we've got the SATA slot and the PCI expansion slot. And so we've got the 4 network card. Okay, so the concerning bit was the heatsink on the CPU. Go ahead and check that out. It is stuck down well, so it feels like it's got a pad or a paste on it or something. Stuck down really well. Yeah, that was touching. So the heatsink seems fine to me. So the model number on this board, if you can see it, 1090NP12. So that's the actual type of motherboard. On the website, I did note that it says don't use crucial memory with it. If you do, make sure it's Samsung or Skynex chipset. So I did order one from them, and they did send me the Samsung one. Now, I already have a crucial one here, which is DDR4. It's exactly the same one. It's Samsung as well. These are from different places. I think this one's from Mr. Memory, but the model number is exactly the same on them. I'm not going to bother sticking both in. I don't really think I need 8 gig in a pfSense box, and I just want to actually see if we can get it up and running. You should actually power on at that, even though there's no hard drive in it. Just while I'm looking at this, I did mention there's not much room for a hard drive in there. This one's faulty, so I'm not going to stick this one in it, but just looking at it, which way around does that go? That way around, so the hard drive is basically going to mount like that. There seems to be enough room in there for to do that, so I can't really see that being an issue either. Where's the cables that they supplied? I suppose we can see and check. Let's have a look. Just mount this on. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. So, the hard drive's going to have to go. Maybe it's better going that way actually. So when you're mounting it, the SATA cables that they sent are obviously angled down. Just going to put that in actually. That's a bit of a tight fit for the power cable. So you're probably not going to want to mount it so the SATA cable is pointing down. See if we're going to hit that, I'm guessing, or the memory will get in the way. Let me go ahead and plug this thing in. Oh, look at that. It's damaged. The SATA cable on this one is actually damaged. That's no good. So, yeah, it is a little tight, but it should go on fine. So, let's put it on the right way around, Sam. Put that back on. VGA back on. The SATA SATA drive might be a tidier option, but it does fit. And as I say, it is a solid device. It is very small. I'll go ahead and try and power this up. Not actually powering up. With the memory in that top slot. That's strange. Yeah. We'll put the model number of the memory if this works. Just took this out of a laptop. Okay, yeah, it was a memory issue. Okay, let's boot it up and take a look. So, before we go any further, remember what I'm using in this. One that's ripped out of the laptop. Oh, focus. Is this Samsung? I'll stick it in the notes so we can know what memory does work with it. Okay, let's boot up and take a look. See what it's all about. Right, let's see if we can get this thing on. So, put it back in. Okay, so we've booted. Escape to motherboard. Okay. Aptio setup utility. So the board is a 1090MP12 and that's made by Bluetech by the looks of things. Which is Shenzhen technology, so they're not a nobody at the end of the day. Right, so date, let's do this, what we're on, 19th. Trusted computing. It's got CPM 2.0. Got 1.2, 1.3. CPM interface setup, device select, CPM 1.2 auto. ACPI, nothing there. Let's see what happens after power loss or power on last state. It's kind of normal. Hardware monitor. So CP2 temperatures around 30. Serial console redirection. So you can redirect serial console. CPU configuration. Power management. Turbo mode, max performance. C states. Power limit enable, well that is active processor, number of cores enabled in each package. So all of them, or you can actually select which cores to enable. I've seen that before. Puts virtualization, it's got VTD, which is the Intel one, obviously. Thermal monitor. Hardware states, thermal sensor, that's CSM, GA20 option, got response. This stuff is pretty much normal, to be honest. HDD connection order. Boot options, UEFI and legacy. Storage. Oh. Video. Devices. USB config. XHCI handoff enabled. Okay, so. I'll just go through that then, yeah. So security extensions. Stuff maybe I'm not sure of. PC card does not boot to DOS. Is that maximum value of toad, whatever that is. Integrated graphics enabled, so you can enable if you want. GTT size, aperture size. Total graphics memory. So, audio configuration, enabled or disabled. PCI Express configuration we can set up. SATA drives. So HCL RAID. Got test mode. Disable or enable ports. USB configuration. XHCI preboot. Stuff's pretty normal. USB port disable over. Some strange BIOS settings in here. Our system to wake up. LAN PXE for booting from LAN. Standard ones. Boot prompts, I'm out, unlock. Preferred boot device. Fast boot. Disable that, does it get rid of that silly logo? So you can save changes, usual thing, discard changes, load defaults, save user defaults, and you can override the EFI boot. So let's go ahead and get pfSense. USB. We can use VGA for this, which is kind of nice. Okay, we've got pfSense, so let's extract it. I'll burn this to a USB stick. Okay, we can just delete them. Okay, see if we can get it to boot. Go ahead and install pfSense. Yeah, go ahead and accept. I'm just looking at the one behind me because it's put off a bit on the screen. So, United Kingdom. Continue. Auto ZFS. It's 8 gig in this, isn't it? Partition scheme, we can go with GPT. Mirror swap, no. Select disk. Yep, it's fine. Okay, we're done. Would you like to exit to install? No, reboot. IGC0 3, sorry. Enter the line interface. Oh, okay, we'll have to do it by hand. It didn't detect the finger, that's why. So IGC0 is the LAN. Enter optional. Not anything. Do you wish to proceed? Yep. Now we have the pfSense. So switch the screen over. Okay. So we're on 2.6, 12.3. Obviously can't check for updates, so it's detected this processor fine. Current 2 GHz, 4 CPUs, 1 package 4 cores. Got ASNA encryption acceleration, so we can go ahead and edit that. Go into advanced. So runs miscellaneous. Where is it? So thermal sensors. Should have cryptographic hardware. Yes. Save that. Temperature showing 39 degrees. It's obviously not under any load and it's not been on too long. But yeah, it does seem to work. So I'm going to give it some testing to see how we go. Like I said, I don't know if BIOS updates are available for this thing. If you do want to find the manufacturer of the motherboard, it's quite a popular board. 1090MP, this is it here. It's Bluetech, which is Samsung. So it's all in Chinese. I mean, you can do what you want. I can't see any way to get a BIOS update from there, so I'm waiting for them to come back to me. I'll go ahead and switch this back. And there you have it. So I've no idea how reliable they are, how long it'll last. If you are interested, leave your comments below and I'll happily reply to them. I am going to leave it running for a few months, see if it has any temperature issues. It has been running for a while now and it's still at 39 degrees. So it seems fine. Like I said, if you are interested, please leave a comment and I'll respond to it on how it's going on. If you like the video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.